Okay, what's going on? Today is Thursday, June the 20th, 2024. What we're going to be looking at today is going to be dollar index and the futures market. And price is already kind of moving pre-New York here. So we'll kind of take a really quick look here at this higher time frame biases. Now, really quick looking at dollar index, we're very bullish. We've been tracking this, for the last 3, 4 weeks, pretty tough, and then really, really tough since we came down to 104 whole level and failed to make that low, created those double bottoms, and then rallied up to close higher. So now we've been higher high, higher low, higher high, just continuously making this bullish pattern to the upside, especially here on the weekly. You get last week's very bullish, and we're kind of still indecisive for this week, but price action on daily and 4 hour, 1 hour are looking more upsides to the 106 area. So, with us being at all-time highs when it comes to, the futures markets, I would anticipate to work together would be dollar index, right? So if dollar is going to, continue to rally, we're going to eventually be looking for those shorts here in these areas. And we're at that point where we took those daily highs in Q. We just pushed even more higher yesterday. And the most interesting price in daily, weekly, to me, is going to be YM because you have so much price action still with the other two already hitting all-time highs. But then you have this wick here, this major imbalance here, 40,000 psychological number, and then you have the highs, which we never took, all-time highs on higher time frames. So very interesting here. But if we're going to continue to get that dollar to do what it's doing and find straight to the 104, the 105 50s and higher, then we can anticipate possible movement down on these assets. And starting off the morning, just an overnight price, they came up and made a V above these double tops. And now I'm starting to think that, this wick could be a target, this 20 to 050. So this expansion 50% area. And same thing here with ES with this 55.25 level. So we'll see how price develops and builds today. The one thing I will say, though, about the 1 hour is if price can get below daily open and slip, today's low or even a little bit of like yesterday's, even though that price was very screwed up, which when you can see everything from a higher time frame perspective, and I usually mark up dailies every day, the price is really awkward. So if price can go below daily open and hold somewhere in this area, I could anticipate prices to continue higher even more. But with the dollar bias, I would like to see us eventually come down, take this wick here, and then hit this 20.050 area. So our goal is just to be patient today and take quality setups. One of the main focuses that I have personally today is just what was the main one? Oh, playing inside the demand zone on the 15.5 in 1 minute. So when I enter those orders, I want them to be looking left. I want everything to be in alignment. So that's the goal for today. We're going to go ahead and shift over to the snipe window. Make sure you went through your trader's constitution to set up your mental framework, and let's have an amazing day. Okay, we've got about 1 minute left, so let's lock in really quick too. I didn't really go over the fundamental calendar. Like I said, we already had the news. Unemployment claims at 7:30. We have a little something at 9 with the euro, but nothing too crazy. Crude oil inventories, yeah. So everything's pretty light today. So a lot of times in these markets, especially when it comes to these future markets, price will, if there's not really any news, price will buy up. So our goal is to get that location of our trades and to position and protect ourselves. Okay. Now, a lot of times I do like price to slip below daily open, so we'll kind of see how price forms before we end up slipping that Asian liquidity of the day. Just really looking for a quality setup today, not trying to rush anything. So I really care about that first candle close, like how it's gonna close. Because that usually tells me a good amount of what's going on. So ES is falling lower right now currently from its New York Open. So we'll see what we get here.
Let's see some pullback opportunities, value high, obviously a very good area. Usually, if we didn't have that one day yesterday, so that's what we're weak level today. So
I like how that just destroyed people. So now what I personally would like to do is continue to take this sell to the downside. If it comes back up. Now how it taps daily open will be key though too, because price could easily just tap daily open and continue. So we'll see here. So I'm actually gonna be a little bit more patient here. Nice, nice, nice. I like this. So you're not missing out right now. Like I said, price could be taking that daily open. So I do want to mark this now as it's already been touched. So we are below daily open now. And similar, same thing, you're getting, bearish price here on yes as well. And I think those equal lows at 59 or 55.60 look really good. So I'm going to keep my mind on alert though here because like I said yesterday, this is kind of the similar thing that happened. They just kind of pushed the price super fast. So no big deal here. This first 5 minute close is really draining people out. Now, if they just start running the price, basically what I've learned is because I'm looking for something to come down and come back up. So I'll be okay if this isn't what I'm looking for.
AI program, like the exact headline that I saw, naturally was up 4%. Just be fine.
So you have bonds flying right now. So that's usually stocks down when those are flying. So just want to see this first 5 minute close. Now we are playing below daily open right now, which is a good sign, and below New York. Price does continue long for some reason. So we want to see how price plays after it's taken the Asian liquidity, overnight liquidity. So I just want to mark this just to have an idea, understanding of like right here, there's lots of liquidity. right above that New York high, where people just left all their stop losses. So. And so that 1 hour looks really vicious, and that 2150 area that we looked at looks pretty good. But I just don't like how they opened the New York Open was such a bearish move. So the other thing is with this, we are bearish since the open. Okay, so we're bearish since New York Open. We haven't shown any signs of strength since that New York Open. Okay, so 5 minute, I mean, it's crushing right now. Okay, so this is kind of like our area that we want to look for, right? Because they've already sold the price off. So like I said, they may want that 21-25 area, so I'm not gonna like force myself, but first 5 minutes bearish. Okay. Okay, so I like how that price took that previous day liquidity and so Juneteenth liquidity and this liquidity. So let's look here. So that location is good. We just need to make sure that stop loss is set in the right spot here. So I do like this level. Now my focus here is if price can move in my favor, can I go 2x times my risk? And if not, then I'll have to look for one other position on this account. That'd be it. I only take 2 on here. So I just didn't want to miss that location there. Thought that was pretty good location. And I can condense that risk down a little bit better. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that risk is right on the low there. Get really precise. The low on that's 21.9850. So I could do that. I just don't want it to miss. Oops. 21.9850. Because now it's right on that low. So I just really condensed it down. And so what I'm wanting to see here is if price can rally in my favor back up and attack these New York players, I'm going to cut half this position and walk away. And like I said, I like this hitting that 2200 level, which is, I think, a pretty good, strong level, compared, especially with where it was yesterday. So let's see here. We'll make it this color, and then we're going to do this in the key levels for today. So I think it has potential. We'll see here, though.
See any particular reasons why this would suddenly not going down. The Neptune,
yeah, still showing 15-minute weakness. YM's the only one that responded really well off that 15-minute structure. So I would think, like I said, if we can, print back above daily open and close to New York, we have a chance to possibly go higher again. And so 208. So I'm gonna be really managing this. I love the location or the demand zone of this area. So I really love how I ended up getting that today. Something to improve on so far today. Okay, so I like it right now. And this is good because it did exactly what we're used to seeing. So now when price does this, what we need to do is we need to go in and price starts closing up here, like this next 5-minute close, if it's really strong and nice. 5-minute V, a 5-minute dump candle turns into a 15-minute wick and a 1-minute mitigation. 5-minute dump candle turns into a 15-minute wick and a 1-minute mitigation. So, you know, if price can reject the points of interest here, then it's not good. But if price can start to close back above these levels, then I'm definitely going to protect this area. Okay. So we'll be patient here and wait, see what we get. So watching this 5-minute close, like to see some good strength. And I do want this to be at all-time highs right now. And then I'll break it in half here in a second. So really good price pushing right now. We are at daily open, having a little bit of hard time, but we were focused on this 15-minute close. Good 5-minute push right there. So
Yes, the big session. Second.
okay, so it looks good so far still. We'd like to see this 5-minute start to play back above that New York liquidity. And then I would probably go ahead and protect some of this position down. So if we can close above New York, that would kind of show me more signs that we are gonna maybe go up into the 250s and higher, right? 270s and higher. But we want to break that 250 pretty violently. 212s, 312. So London Open is that 100-point mark right here. So if it can go up to London Open today, that'd be pretty nice. Okay, so we're just waiting here for this first 15-minute close. I think we can close back in the range of the day, right back above daily open. So the 232s and higher. I think if we can close there, then we have a good chance to continue to rally going into like 11 a.m. ES holding on the 15. YM looks really good on the 15. So, and let me check here. Not seeing that same strength out of bonds. So we shall see here soon with this. But this first break out of this area, right, technicals, I'm probably going to pay myself just because I did have a losing day yesterday. But I'm looking for that, you know, that New York liquidity grab here. So what I'm going to do once I reach that level is I'm going to trail my wrist to here and leave my other wrist where it's at. So I'll trail one wrist to this area right here, basically break even almost. And I'm going to mark this level, half level. Okay, really good price right there. So 100+ point push from this 1-minute location entry would be the London Open 2311s. So with this situation right here, what I'm gonna do because of that rejection, right, is I'm gonna go ahead and continue to watch that price and watch this 15-minute close because I don't want to do it before the 15 5-minute close when we're in momentum. But I want to see technicals here. I want to see that structure broke the 2252s. So let's be patient here and see if we can get that. So really want to see that New York Open price start to go higher, because if it doesn't, then it's not so great. And what I want to do, since I'm in a buy, is I would sell back one of these positions potentially. If I don't get the close that I want to see. Wow, it kind of blipped there for a second, wicked. So I like that. That's a good close, good 5 minute, right? So now we're just waiting on this 15-minute close here. Watching this price at the opening price, you know. It's really telling me on the 15 or that 1 minute small time price action to exit this trade, and that 5 minute looks really good. So I just need to be patient here. Now, what I will do, since we're are closing out of this area, what I want to do right here is go ahead and put one sell stop here. Sell stop just to reduce that risk down a little bit. So one sell stops right under that wick like that. Break this into two. Right. So now this is one where that's the risk is set. And I like the trade for how we have it right now. Okay, so we're positioned pretty nice. I think we have a good chance to potentially see this. The liquidity did get grabbed here. ES is showing strength. YM's making new highs. So just got to be patient, see if we can get this thing to go. Now, what I want to do is watch the price opens and closes here. And if I need to, I'll position this sell stop wherever I need to. Okay, so 32's daily open would be 20 points, 42 is 30 points. So just wanting to see how this is going to play after this 5 minute rally up this. Okay, so I do want to move this one here, right, to protect half the position. And then I'll leave the risk on the remainder at that spot. So if it does come back in that 5 minute, below daily open, I would want to understand that, right? And so now we're pretty bullish above these areas. And we're bullish above daily open currently. So let me turn that back to where it was. So right now, what I'm focused on is just, can we hold this 15-minute level, right? Because if not, we secure a little bit of the bag. 22, so we probably want to do 32s. I'm gonna leave it there. I like to do it based off 5 minutes. And so now we'll watch this area. So if we can get into this area here, we'll be up 100 plus points on the day, which is really good.
Market going to take a turn. Trade at 60 level. It's different 6 that like the 60, like the 70. This is what we're telling everybody talk about breeze as a job. At 60, 70.
All we got to do is get up to that 311, 312 area, and we're going to have a really, really nice day on our hands. So really watching that area, and then like I said, we can start getting a little bit more excited. We reached this 2300 area. Really like the location how I set the trade up so far today. I did improve on that part. Just being patient on my demand level zone and not hesitating that area. And then understanding that a 15-minute wick is a 5 minute dump candle V setup, and then a 1 minute mitigation V setup. So we'll see. That first 15-minute close was solid, so I would love to see how this hour closes here in about 11 minutes.
And they are all committed to.
So we did get that close higher out of the area, the 250s. So it's just all about these 15 and 5 minute closes. 5 minute looks pretty good here as long as we're closing above that half level. Since we've had broken out of this range, price could scoop, right? So you're basically looking at price like this, and it has made that new high. So we just need to be able to see how price is going to be. So I don't like how that price starting to flip for that 5 minute close, right? So too much more price below New York Open, and that wouldn't be good. We don't want to see price go back below our points of interest. Okay, I like how that 15 minutes forming. So it's gotta be patient, see if we can get this extension up to the 2300 level. Okay, so we have that area that we want to see price possibly get to, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. And so I have the risk in the area I want. If price slips back below daily open, it definitely could. I don't really like how that 15 minute looks as much anymore. So we'll see. YM is screaming to the upside, making new highs. ES looks pretty good still. And we're just watching this price here below daily, see if it goes back below daily. So that price is pushing back against our order. It's not going below daily open yet, but that 15 looks terrible. So nothing really here unless, I mean, if we get price to bounce away from this daily open, that's a good sign, especially in that 5 minute location. But it's just the 15 looks terrible. 15 on ES and YM. YM super bullish, 39,400 and breaking new highs, and then ES still showing pretty good sign of strength. So going above its London Open currently. Price still kind of sitting at this daily open. Want to see if it's going to capitulate down and then rally. Five-minute has 1 minute left to close, so let's kind of see how the price plays right here. ES showing strength on the 15, so we may have a good chance here. We just want to push up to that 2300 area.
Right, so I'm doing a little feeler ES block trading just kind of online. See whether this has legs because I'm seeing something.
Okay, still not showing signs below daily open, so that's good. Let's see how this 5-minute can close, and if we can see some momentum come in after, I think it could be good, but we'll see. No 5-minute momentum really. Price flooding below that daily open yet, but we're in that sweet spot between New York and daily, so.
Today just ran up. So if this continues, you're gonna have more upside. I wouldn't want to fight that necessarily. You could have some short-term shorts stepping in.
So would like to see this 1 hour close above daily. Would love to see price continue to stay above daily. And so like our reference point here on the 5-minute is this candle here. All right, that area, that wick on the 15. So if price can push up, great. If price can't, it starts to fail that daily open, then price could go lower. We'll know. I think we'll have a good idea in these next 15-minute hour close. So we can break that scoop high, pretty much 2263. We can break that high technicals. I think we have a good chance to reach up to our target area for the day. Now I do want price to go into here like 2337s on this other account. But on this account, I'm just looking for the 100 points. 15 looks terrible. This looks terrible. Price rejecting New York open. That's not good. You want price to be pushing through the New York open if it's going to work out. So that's half of our position just tapped right there, right below daily open. So if they continue to come for the rest, then that's just how it works. I'm gonna move this box because it's kind of hard to see the higher time frame, but that way you guys understand the demand zone level that we're focused on here. So we get that rejection off that daily open, there's a good chance. You know, there's a big amount of volume right here. There's a good chance that they could rally it up. You are seeing weakness on ES though from that London Open, 55.76. So I think we're gonna get that push up at least 100 plus points, but we shall see. Price really not playing very strong above New York Open or anything. It's like starting to fail under that level. So it's not looking as good on the price. It's gonna come down to candle closures for me, where this 15-minute closes, where this 5-minute closes, and where the 1 hour closes. If we can close above 22.32 potential, if not, then I think they could end up trying to wipe the rest of the order and push down to the 21.50s. So ES is testing the New York open price. YM still really bullish on 15. So 20 seconds left before we get this 15 1 hour close. Let's see. Somebody on Top Step just had order filled. It was so loud. That was funny. Okay. 1 hour did close above the daily open. So there could be a chance here. This 5-minute gets out of that demand zone area, but it's still kind of playing around here. ES kind of looking strong there. With YM already closing higher, so we'll see what we get here. And one thing from my notes, what I could do when I have such a great entry is accept the risk like I have on one part of the stop loss and then go break even on the other part of the order instead of moving it into profit. Now today I'm just on a different strategy based on like the week so far, but any given situation, most of the time what I want to do is have those two contracts on and then go one break even and one have a risk. But that 15-minute price, as you guys can see on the far left, isn't looking too good to not go take the wick lows. So it's really gonna, come down to how we play these first 15 minutes. But that 1 hour is not looking too good. I will say. And then what we're getting on dollar index is that weakness. So it's just kind of manipulative here in what they're doing. So if they do reach down any lower, then I personally would say, the 21.50 area might get re-snatched up. But this will be like that demand zone type area to see if it's going to work. You don't see ES breaking lower, and obviously YM super strong, but NVIDIA has a lot, or ES has lots of liquidity under its daily open too, which is about 15 points away. So this is looking very aggressive on the 15 to go lower, unfortunately. But it's really going to come down, like I said, how they play at point of interest. So. That 2200 level was a good level, I truly believe. So it's just like any more closes back above this point of interest and above 2265, and I think we'll still get our 100+ points today. Price is closing below New York opening price and daily right now. So it's just like we want to see that 1 minute far right start to mitigate out and explode up to the 2250s and not give people a chance to recorrect. ES looks really good off the New York Open on 15. It's showing the signs away from New York that it wants to rally up. So with YM doing the same thing, I mean, that's, the overall market is pretty strong. It's just NQ here having a little bit of difficulty around this 200, 230 levels.
Just probably have two options, long or short. Two nothing. Trouble trade on channel. Me not for sure. 72. I've got check versus channels. I can see that's
Love to see this 5 minute start, mitigating out of this area. Like right now, it's still just making lower opens and lower closes and showing weakness on that 15 as well. But if we can, start to show some strength here below on this next turnaround, then possible, but I have no idea. So ES looking strong on that 15 still above New York Open, and we're sinking for I feel like this wick liquidity down here on NQ.
full price of less. Which I'm out of, so I'm down. Richard, that.
So YM very strong off that daily open tap, and then this is kind of being difficult in the area.
Guys, annotate it, annotate it on your chart. If it is a fade, the whole problem.
So this isn't looking good on the price, to be honest. And I've let this come back all the way to this area. Like I said, I could have managed a little better once I was in expected value a little bit higher there. So I just don't see why they'll let this 15-minute wick sit, to be honest. Especially how it looks on the 1 hour. It looks like it wants to slip it first. But this is where they trick people too, is at these pivot points. But all we can do is accept the probabilities. We did, I did manage some of the trades to take a little bit of profit. So just not looking as great, like I said, going into how this looks now. And that 5 minute and 15 just looked terrible. Wow, so I just got stopped out when I was taking this screenshot. So for the trade, let me see what account this is just to make sure I'm trading the right way here. So I'm pretty sure I'm still in a profit for the day. So I'm literally in a profit still for the day by just a little bit. So it's fine. I may attempt another setup on here today. So I'll leave the recording going. Now, the crazy thing is, like I said, when price goes and exits that 1 minute, 5 minute area and is above point of interest, you've got to protect your pay yourself. That's just what it is. The most expected value is going to be there. So, um, just having to wait for that. Now, this scoops level has been broken, right? Because they've broken out of that 1 minute, 5 minute area. So now what I'll be doing is watching, the 2150 area really nice or really closely, because we are starting to finally break down on that ES as well, to the lows. So I could see them, extending that price down to that previous Asian London liquidity, which looks really good to do right now. So we're below all these opening prices and we're just capitulating down. So I just don't see them stopping this anywhere until close to like 2150s, 2160, 160s on that 15-minute 1 hour. So I'm just gonna sit back and be patient. So sellers are coming in tremendously, which is pretty much what I had, I think you guys taking it. Was pretty much what I had anticipated with that bullish dollar. And so for price to be failing, this level like this is pretty incredible. Because just how the price printed, I mean, I could have protected myself, so that's why I'm not really worried. I could have definitely protected myself a little bit better though. Okay, so we are pushing that level very fast now. So 4 hour looks really good. Daily starting to look really bearish there, and YM's kind of doing her excuse me, her own thing. So we're coming right into that area now, that 20, right in that 2160 area. And so this is kind of where my mind is focused at, is how we're playing this part of the range. All right, and how this 5 minutes going to react in this area. So
That's tell me if you want me to get long, there's a better price right here. Right? How many check marks? We have 5, 6, 7.
yeah, so I'm BE for the day. So once if they rally or they show some strength at 2150, awesome. If they slip it and go below, then I'll definitely be watching that price too. Because I don't think that they're done going up yet, but they could be. Who knows? Full level. I'm just really kind of not frustrated. I don't want to say that's the word, but I'm just kind of irritated that how that New York price opened. Because obviously I could have taken maybe an opportunity there to play that 5 minute as price started to break down after it made that high. But that's something I'll have to study at another time. So I'm watching this demand zone area on the 15. I'm watching price action here. But I just, like I said, I don't think when you look at the 1 hour that they're gonna not slip that wick under this low. But we'll be watching it closely here. Great spot, great pullback, I feel like too. So let me see this here. Okay, so stop loss, it would be 21.52. 152, 152.50. Okay, take profits could be wherever. Now it's just about location and demand levels. Okay, and so that demand level is already, doing pretty well. And then you had the slip of liquidity on ES. So how much would the risk would this be? Let's kind of wait for this 5-minute close. Looking at that 15-minute location right now, it's already kind of exiting that area. You definitely see price playing back up to that level. Watching, like I said, this 5-minute 15-minute close loading here. Let's see if we get some kind of sign of strength here that pulls back. But I would think that they may go for that 1 hour and go down to that 2100. So no sign, no signal there. 1 minute's closing lower, 15 minutes still into the demand zone. So 5-minute lower open, lower close, that thing's invalid. So price is just capitulating down, I think, to play this level. But we're just going to be patient here. But I do think it could reach down to that 2100s if we don't see it here. I think we're going to end up seeing it here, though. Uh, 142, deuce 5. Okay.
Yeah, that's where you want to generate information from outside.
Okay, so lower low, lower high, lower low, no signs of strength, right? And so this is the demand zone area 15 area, but that 1 hour is a wick. This is just a wick because it's a dump candle on the 15, which turns into a 1 hour wick. So unless we get that, that signal to get us in the markets, then we may have to hold back and wait till a later part of the session. But I'm not going to take a trade right now unless I get a signal. So I'm just putting this at basically the 15-minute low. So this low here, but I'm waiting on price action to give me what I want to see. And then I can rearrange that stop to how I really want it. Okay. And I really wanted it at like 2140. But this is just so I can be ready to enter the trade if needed. ES is playing around that daily open. It did slip the previous last 2 days, Asian London though. So basically Juneteenth liquidity. And YM is pushing higher. So dollar index, just really quick update there. Showing weakness, dollar index, gold. We did push up on that 4 hour, so we're just waiting. So price looks like it definitely wants to slip that 15-minute wick low if it's not showing you the signs in the demand area here at 2150. So no signs of strength over here unless I seen something rally. You know what I mean? I'm probably just going to hold off. But I would want to attack, obviously, points of interest at this point. And prices moved away very solidly away from those areas today. So the 1 hour, like I said, the target area to me is going to be 2100 if they don't show the signs here. So the timing on this trade, you know, I would rather just see them go ahead and slip this low. We'll wait for 9:30 and see what we get. And I'm gonna take some notes here really quick. Okay, so we did just reach past that liquidity. We're coming into that 2100 area. So that's the liquidity I would be anticipating. You know, price basically just came through and took the area that we talked about on the pre-market as well. So as we continue to reach, now I just want to watch that 1 hour and kind of get a gauge and 4 hour of where we're actually at, because I think this, you know, this is what I was looking for. It was a free fall eventually. It just has never happened. So now that we've taken liquidity, this is where I like to focus on, you know, entering an order with the right location. 2118, 118, what is it, 1850? And then take profits obviously be higher. And we want to watch the location here. The timing, I'd like to be a little bit better timing. So, you know, I won't take usually like a 1 minute signal with a 1 minute signal without it being in the first 15 minutes or a 5 minute close. But the way this one looks, it looks pretty good. So I could see myself with that type of location, but I'd like to see it close higher, even on a 1 minute, and then pull back into it to kind of give me a little bit more sign that they may really want to take it to that level. So if we can get a pullback in this when this minute closes, I like the 5 minute area, and I would like the 1 minute demand zone area. So that is going to be 2132s. YM screaming, and then ES I just took the daily opens. Still has a lot of room on ES. I feel like too though on that 1 hour and 4 hour. Let's watch this close though. So I think this close could give us some clarity. That's a lot more of a risk now though, unfortunately, right? So I want 21. I want this 5 minute area here. Now, if this can't rally up from here, interesting. But the other thing is I need to focus on not hesitating in demand zones on 1 minute. Don't hesitate that, all right? This is just a reminder from my video. Do not hesitate taking the trade to reduce the risk right there.
Those 120s were nice. I heard you did told water there might be one, so I bought 20s.
So I like how that's starting to form. After the sweep of liquidity, right? Seeing the after a sweep of liquidity, we want to be identifying, the mitigation model, the potential demand zone on smaller time frames. So ES did swipe those lows and then it started to print really well as daily open. So even if we can print back from, 2150s, let's say here, back up to 2250s, that's a good 100-point push. That's pretty good trade. I would be grateful for that. Haven't experienced any loss yet. I'm pretty much break even by a couple $100.
Saying if the same seller, make a reoffer. Otherwise, we are going to see a classic version of fix, which is seller scared rates here.
So I would say for this to be a legit trade, you would see that 5-minute close with strength and preferably above 2150 and above that last down candle's open. But right now, you're not really seeing that for the 5 minutes. Not a great close for your 5-minute at all. So we shall see. But we can go back above key level here. We're looking at, this swing here at this point. I'm gonna move this 5-minute swing from here, from where they were here.
No trade. Story that you want to cover. I don't think right now is a good time for that. The straight 167. That's what's selling.
So good price push right there. Now what we can anticipate is we're looking for that 15-minute to close back up, like I said, halfway of this move, so like 2200. And we're just looking for price to continue its route this way. So as price starts to move in your favor, one thing I did tell myself yesterday was that I could start protecting the position a little bit better. So maybe I could put the sell stop here and break it down. So that'd be 138. So I could do that, just to protect this position a little bit. But right now I'm watching 5-minute opens and closes. So I really want to see if they can close closer to 2200 first. Then I'll put the trailing stop here. Yeah, so we're just watching price here. 5 minutes. 15s look really good. Like I said, that first trade was managed, I think, pretty well. So we're looking good here. Let me take a little screenshot of this one. I like that I'm getting better location / demand zone areas on these setups. So really, really good price action overall. So 5-minute, love to see this closure, this 15, like I said, for 930 look pretty good because we did do exactly what I'm used to seeing. So if a 1 hour wick if a 1 hour turns into a wick, that means that a 15-minute has a dump candle and then the 5-minute probably has a mitigation and the 1 minute price action would be bullish. So that's what I'm seeing after that sweep of liquidity on that 1 hour under that 120 type area was the 1 hour starting to turn into a wick. And then we just want to focus on points of interest, right? Paying ourselves above point of interest on long positions now. So YM's pretty bullish. Not pretty, it's definitely bullish.
The standard environment's data set. It should be treated that way. Both
Good 5-minute close, good 15-minute close. So okay, so now with this setup here, just because like I said, we're watching the price. The 5-minute is doing what we like, but it's doing a similar price it did earlier today. Let me see here. I thought I had it pulled up already. Okay, sorry. So now it's gonna be patient. And like I said, I'm watching that scoops. And then on that scoops, on top of that, what I want to know is from that previous high to the new low, which would be like right in here, when I start getting above that 50. Right. So if I can get above that 50, I can protect or pay myself as well. Right. Especially protect yourself at halfway of the range. But you want to pay yourself for sure when price is hovering above the points of interest. That looks really good right there, to rally back up above the 50 right now. So we'll keep that up for a second. And then, like I said, when you take a look at this 1 hour price, this looks really good because once you slip the 1 hour and you hit that imbalance, a 1 hour wick turns into a 15-minute dump candle, and a 15-minute dump candle, you're looking for a 5-minute mitigation and 1 minute, right? So it's all aligning really nice, to potentially give us that chance to rally out. So let me see this window shut this. Okay. Okay. And ES looks really good after swiping that low of the day. So I think we're about to get a really, really nice setup here. So I'd love to see price close back above the twos, right? Now, as we start getting here, what I want to do, because of, just the type of setups we've been in, if we can close above that 2,200 level, that 50% level, of this swing, then I would love to start, protecting this setup. YM starting to show that weakness, 39,440s, which makes sense because it was at that 39,480s type level. So with that being said, I do want to see this close on this 5-minute, but 186, 150. So like right here. So 5 minutes, let's see how this 5 minute closes. If we can close with some strength above that 50%, closer to that 2200 level, then there's good signs. ES looking good on the 15. The 1 hours are what makes me kind of like, questionable about this whole setup. So I'm going to move one sell stop in this area. Right, one sell stop in that area just to kind of reduce that risk down a little bit. All right, so if it comes back, I have it basically where I'm in profit, and then this one makes more sense on the math that I want to risk per day. Okay, so I'm just protecting the positions. 5 minute not really showing me any weakness yet. Below the 50% swing of the day, so that rejection off that 15 doesn't look so good right now. So just watching this price here, watching these 515s, right? They're not really showing me that price I want to see from that 50% of the range. You'd want to see it kind of like pushing up a lot faster. And it would like suffocate those daily open players fairly quickly. YM starting to show weakness at the 39,400 whole level. So I like how these prices look. I like how I managed so far today. So if we can get this push on up today, I think there's quite a bit that I've improved on today, which I'm grateful for. Just difficult right now getting up there above that 50% of the swing. Good price action right now, moving in favor. So I really like how this looks. So the more we push above that 50%, great. The more we reject it, not as great, right? So it's just really what it comes down to for me. 5-minute candles opening and closing pretty good though. So let's see how this one opens, or how this one closes and how the next one opens, and then pushes above 200. Yeah, 2200 would be a sign that I think we attack point of interest. So our expected values right now is in the green for the day. About 500 off of our daily goal. Our goal is $2,000 per day. We're actually a little bit less off of that because we closed 300 or 400 on that other first trade. So there's that 50%. 5-minute higher open, higher close. Now you want to see price push through there and get to the 71% fairly quickly, basically the daily open. If it doesn't and it rejects this level, then prices, could basically come back down first and tap that demand zone on the 5-minute and those inefficiencies on 1 minute. But if we can see that price continue to close, then it should be fine. $21.59. So I want this to be literally to the T how it is. 159 to the T, right on the wick. Very precise on how I want to do things. So if it came down, hit that demand level in that 1 minute, right? That down candle slips to internal, then so be it. But if not, then if it starts to reject here, then we may have some weakness as well. But if we can close higher open, higher close, a good strong 15-minute close, and doesn't attack back to our sell stop first, I think we'll be okay. A 5-minute close below this last this 2180 level, like right here though, I don't think it can last. I think it fail a lot easier. So we're also our entry is 147, so we're gonna set another limit. A sell limit 1 for right here. So we want price to actually, kick us out half the order right there, and if we can continue up a little bit, we'll take that too. But that's only if right now. Like I said, I'm honestly looking for about 100 points, so I really could knock one of these down to, is this 250s? So New York Open. Let's do 47, 247. And our entry is 247.75, just to make it a little bit better. If it can go now, if it does come back and hit the sell stop first, then we'll reevaluate. But right now, it looks pretty good. ES still kind of maintaining that daily open area. And YM kind of took a dip for about 100 points from the highs today. So taking a look at dollar index here really quickly. Finding some weakness at market open, 105.50, which is really nice. So find that weakness and this can rally, that'd be great. And then I have my TP right above those New York traders liquidity. So that's I like this today. I like this setup so far. Price printing in our favor here, really nice going into this 15-minute close. Good strength. And like I said, that 1 hour wick turned into that 15-minute dump candle, which ended up being the 5-minute, 1-minute mitigation play.
Yeah, the same might squeeze blow the top off or flush out. But I don't know if we did, everybody get short here. I feel like a long time. I think it's read the right reads and take a bit of that trade that stuff. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So we're still having a hard time closing above that 50. It looks good though, but we want to see it, I would want to see it 232s just blast up. That'd be really nice. So that was a good 15-minute close, good strength, good 5-minute price. We're right at that 50% swing of the day. Looking at other assets, ES showing strength from that daily open. So just want another about 40 handles to the upside, and things will look right for the day. Just don't like how we're responding at the 50%. You'd want to see, like I said, it push through because it can basically pull back, hit the demand level, and then go. But in this situation, when it's slow, it'll grow. And when it's fast, it doesn't last. So it looks like it's growing slow to me. But we'll see if we can print above 2,200. I just don't like how the price is being. So I'm gonna actually, what is this? I'm gonna come in here and probably sell one of these. Let me check that 5-minute price before I do this. Yeah, I don't like it. Okay, so we have the remainder on here, and then we're gonna move this one as well, and manage the rest of the trade. And so now if we start to push lower than this, me personally, I don't want to accept that, because we're starting to respect that 50% of the swing of the range. So if price starts to kind of pull back, you don't really want to see it come back below, I'd say, that 15-minute area, or it could just topple over, and that 1 hour could fall below 2,100 fairly quickly. So let's watch the closes here that we get going into this part. So I like my risk. Wow. Why does that risk seem like so much more? 28, 38, 48. So that's a 30-point risk. Nah, I'm not risking that much. Personally, if this continues to topple over from here, no. I would re-enter, right? So I'm gonna move my risk to secure on that 5-minute area. Now, will they go any higher, or will they come back to this level? I mean, I don't know, but that 50% rejection is not nice to me. So you have ES back to its daily open, kind of showing signs of weakness on the 15, printing back below daily, and then you have a lot of room. 39,340 daily open on YM is 39,223, so you still have like 100+ points on that to push. So
So, something lower. We'll see if we can figure it out. We got 39,306, currently trading 39,340 plus on that. All the Sally traders, how many's blowing is just there. More buyers, and yeah. Well, still together. Put that around your head. What's pretty good. I heard right crying. Good. Sorry, we're trading 20,174, Nick.
another 5-minute close that was weak below the 50% swing. So we don't see something, like I said, between this candle closure and the next. This 15 and 1 hour candle may get weak. It's a really good price. We're still looking really good here. I like how ES just responded on that 15. I took a screenshot and put it in the mastermind. And now that we're starting to close above that 50, like I said, I'm grateful for, the position I had. I think if I would have taken the 1-minute demand zone area, I could have played this position a little differently, but I'm grateful, if this can still play out and go up to the 250s, still be a really good day.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Saturated moves possibly.
So we're that 5 minutes showing us we may have a chance to go start pushing up to that back to the point of interest, which is good. So still not getting those pushes above this part of the swing. We would love to see the extension up to daily open. Would be gravy. Still watching here. Price isn't showing really signs of weakness or anything. So, and like I said, I like how ES looks on that 15.5. If it can respond off daily open. Now, my rules that I like to follow is, giving back orders the same way I would sell them. So I like to sell above daily open in a bearish condition. So we are essentially in bearish conditions because we have pushed lower today pretty violently. So we can get back above daily open for the day, the initial balance, right? I would look to be out of that trade. Anywhere above that line, essentially, between there and about New York Open. And if price was to continue up, like I said, to the 2370s, 350s and higher, right? Going higher than all-time highs, I believe, then so be it, up to 2400. But I just want to be able to take a good portion of this today. And this 1 hour has turned into a wick. The 15-minute was a solid dump candle. We did have a 5-minute mitigation and a 1-minute bullish price action. So all those type of things are lining up pretty good. Now we want to see closures above 2200 and the 50%.
That's a great question.
So we're just looking for price to get in that sweet spot somewhere in there. Good closure higher right there. So 5-minute here in 3 minutes and then hour. We're just looking for that hour. I'm just kind of show this just for the recording. Actually, I don't want to change the screen at all. So let me pull this over here. So when you look at that 1 hour, right, it's kind of like I said, once we took the liquidity, 1 hour wick, 15-minute dump candle, 5 1-minute mitigation. So looks good. And when I go back and watch the video, I can see if maybe I should have not reduced that price down, but I think it's because of the entry. If I'd taken the trade in the 1-minute demand zone, I'm break even, stop loss at the low and the rest. Because of my location, still a good 5-minute, everything like that, 15-minute wick entry. Then I'd reduce down, which was a good day. So watching this 5-minute area, right? Just kind of seeing how this is presenting. I like how the 5-minute has now finally pushed above the 50% of the swing and is attacking now that point of interest area. So I kind of want to do this, move this over here to the side so it's not in our way. And now we can really kind of have an idea of what price action, how it's pushing into the reference candle, right? And 15-minute open strength, 15-minute open strength, 15-minute open strength, right? So depending on how we get up there, and slip this high, then I'll probably trail my sell stop. So I have time today to be here. It's a really good day. Price is pushing up pretty fast now, so I like this price. I like it today. Some good learning lessons, good positive day.
This is just.
So still watching price, really, really bullish. Haven't really seen any signs of weakness or pushes away on the 5 minute. We're getting those signs higher. So let's just see what we get. 10 a.m. the 1 hour closed high like. Want to show that really quick, right? That 1 hour was a wick, 15-minute dump. So now it's just like, can we push just a little bit above daily open and be able to exit this trade today? And I think we'll be out of here. Because if it does go higher than 2,300 or something like that, right? It slips higher than this wick right here. That's okay. Right. I'm looking for, like I said, about 100 plus points, and anywhere I can make a $2,000 day is a setup day, because spreading this across, 3 accounts right now, but 5 accounts in total in the future, 2 times 5 would be a $10,000 day. And that's like a minimal day. On one contract, that's really crazy. So I don't have to think about this. Let's see. We entered again 147. So I'm just gonna do. We'll leave it there because we're still watching price. Price isn't showing us anything. And I really like that area, that wick, to get attacked. So we still haven't gotten above daily, right? And we're at the 71% of the range, which to me, like I said, I'd love to see price go above that daily open, because if it can't even get up there and starts going back below 2,200, then price may fail, because those 1 hours look horrible to fall. And so we'll see. But I don't like how it's already pulling back on that level. So these first 15 minutes at 10 will be interesting here, I believe. It's just usually the look who has more to lose. I feel like the sellers from above daily in New York are the ones that are in a profit right now. So even just tapping them out would be nice, but they may not do it. They may, like I said, this 2,200 key level is very key, because now our scoops now that I'm focused on internal wise is going to be from there to right here, right? Because that's where we're at, this low to this high. So when you look at it now, you have this is a low, and internal this is a high scoops. So you can focus right here, and if price was to do anything like that, it's bad. And if price is just to kind of pull back and do its thing and then rally back up in here, then that's good. Right. But right now, I don't like how that price is looking. I want price to stay above for sure this 200 level. That's not good. So that's not good at all. Yeah, so I'll accept that, in this type of day. I really don't want price to really go past here, but okay, so 10.05 still looking pretty strong, no real signs of weakness. And since I'm managing this, I'm gonna move this just for a second right here to above those that London high. Right there above that last up candle and that whole level. Because if we can break out of this area, now you want to start thinking like, with the end of the day in mind, which would be here, all V, right? So the end of the day, and then you have your previous high here to low. And you can really see like if we start to get above those levels, especially the 61.8, that would be really nice into that 80 level. Okay, cool. Price is pushing in our favor pretty nicely here. So we're breaking out of that scoop. All right. ES looks really good. So really cool price right here. So really push out 2 contracts still deep. We'll look for some areas to work on, but let's see if price can push above. Like I said, the 250s here. Really got my eyes like right here too, just so you guys can kind of have an idea and for my video reference. But like this candle's top right on a line graph will be very important if it can push past there. And so now, like I said, this candle being the demand area and how price responds there going above this area. So this is where my eye is looking really. Like right above this 15-minute area. And then understanding where we're at on the 15-minute swing of the day, right? Like we said, from being from here to here. makes sense to get above the 50% swing of the day, right? Because we're looking at where the day started, where it went to, and where it went down. So we're still showing quite a bit of strength here. Would like to see this 5-minute continue to close higher and give us, another 20-30 handle push up above that 250 possibly. So let's see how this 5-minute closes with strength. That's good. I'll probably trail my risk up to the 2160s, 170 area on this 5-minute, the scoop. Good close. Let's see how it opens. Because we are at that 71% of that intraday, playing below daily. So anything that goes back and starts to break down would be not a good setup to me. 15-minute candle though still looks really good. So ES strength looks good. So we just want to see this 5-minute hold potentially. All right, so like I said, I don't like how that's playing on that 5-minute, and if it goes back below the last up candle here and started to break down, then I would say, But right now, I'm doing my best to stay patient to get price back above point of interest from this accumulation area. But I really don't want price to go back below 2,200, just being honest. Yeah, we just need about 30 handle move to the upside. I'm probably out of there for today. A good push above where I have that arrow. So 2270s would be very nice. That'd be like a 50 handle move, but anywhere between 40 and 50 more point handle move to the upside would be pretty interesting. So I like how that 15-minute is playing. 5-minute not breaking lower than 2,200 currently. So like I said, with this 10-15 close, 10-30 close, I'd love to see price close above daily open, somewhere between there and 250s. And then ES still looks relatively still strong on that 15 as well still. So it's still playing at point of interest though, having a little hard time. It's trapped between the two prices, so that 5-minute price is not what I like to see from the POI. Now, me personally, like I said, if anything, I think I'm gonna trail my risk to. I already have it at break even, so I'll leave it there. But I don't want to exit this trade or give it back to someone until I'm above at least daily open. So if it doesn't go above there, then I may not get what I wanted from it today. And that 5 minutes not playing the way I like, right? Because if it goes back below this candle, like I said, in the next 40 seconds and closes lower low, that's a sign of weakness. And we've already kind of shown that we've pushed lower today. So let's see where this is going to be at if I move it to here. Okay. Okay. So ES looks like it's going to close 15-minute strength, but it's still below New York Open. So if we can continue to see strength coming into 10:30, I think it's slowing and growing. That 5-minute close pretty good, not below like I was thinking. So 15 minutes still is kind of like an indecision candle below daily though, which isn't good. And a rejection off that New York Open on ES kind of makes you nervous, but so if that 5-minute closes or starts to attack under here, I may end up pulling the trade just because I don't like how it looks. It's really starting to break down. So I want to identify that too. Like this area, I'm kind of want to watch it, make sure it's not turning into like a distro. But like right now, it kind of is starting to do that right here, right? So I'm going to really focus on that price right here at 2,200. But if it closes below on the 5, then they're starting to attack. This would be internal liquidity in that sense. So now we're like my eyes are focused on the range of the move, right? But then also pretty much the fibs from here. So like if I have the buy position like I do, I don't want price to really go back below from where I entered. So you used it from where you actually entered. And so like now I don't want price to go back below really 2,200 key level. So they are respecting that 15-minute last up candle and New York Open kind of nicely on ES. So just I would definitely be careful in that situation. But anything back below 2,200, I think I might pull it and take another trade. I'll just add on or something. I don't want to. I know it's still early. But that rejection, I know I've seen it before. So it's just kind of ES kind of failing that level that looks good, unfortunately, too. So any closes, like I said, below that, and I'm probably gonna say I don't want that trade no more. So we'll watch this area closely.
So ideally, I want to see for a while at closer to 81, so 895 is what we shut the down to 5. And so at the very least, I would like to see it open at 4, like ready to with it. Now, without neutral daytime, without the limits by the would say so. No, I know what they'll do. Find it to a big day. You know,
Right. About 40 minutes left. Fast market different too. What? How right now? I know you kind of got some trades kind of have it. They're not been down. Yeah,
So I don't like the rejection on this candle. So I really want to see how this 5 minutes going to close right here. But I don't like how that's already coming back for that 200 level. It did close lower too, so I'm going to close that today. I don't want to wait this out and not have a green day, so don't like the rejections on ES, so let's see here. So good day here. A lot to look at and to work on. But overall, pretty good day. And then reading price action and not getting to the areas that I wanted. Now, if price does continue up to my target areas, so be it. Because I could have managed um, the two contracts a little bit better, but also I could have taken just a little bit better entry based off demand levels. So I appreciate you guys watching. You're seeing the recording. We're getting ready to go into the new month here after this next week, where I'm going to be opening up some mentorship and opening up the trade room, the live room for people to trade with me. So let's continue to really make next week really flawless. Let's finish strong tomorrow and have a good rest of your day.